dude, I saw in the Discord, I was like, you know me, I'm a huge UFC fan. I'm always posting UFC videos on the weekend.
Yeah.
I saw Edson Barboza, I saw Marlon Vera, I saw or
Yeah.
Marlon Moraes, I saw Frankie Edgar. I'm like, wait, what is going on right now? And it just got me even more excited. I even posted about it. I took a screenshot of the names. I was like, for some reason, I just got even more excited about being a PandaMania holder. And it's like, holy shit. So give us a little bit of your background on that. And me too, man. I'm very fucking intrigued because I used to work out twice a day, every single day. Obviously, I've gotten a little skinnier. I've gotten out of that space and kind of turned my attention to business and everything. And people give me shit for it. They say, again, fuck you, JTR. But man, give me a little bit of your background on that. That's awesome. I didn't know that's kind of where your niche was.
The UFC fighters, I'll be honest, has absolutely nothing to do with any of my background or yeah, that was lucky. I literally reached out to Marlon on Twitter and
Mm,
he hit me back.
hell yeah.
It was that easy, and he loved the video game. He loved our video game and shared it with his kids, and they liked it, and that's what got my foot in the door with Marlon. And with the rest, he's just an amazing friend now, and uh, we are just getting this list of his friends now together. He's getting them on board. Obviously, we already sent him to Mexico, and so the fact that he's got, you know, some Instagram posts online and his friends were all like, "Whoa, it's real. You really are going to Mexico." And so they, you know, it's just been a really cool process with that. That's just new. That's a new connection born out of complete craziness, just sending a direct message on Twitter. So that works.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
if their messages are open, that's a good thing to do. Just hit up people that you want to work with, and dreams can happen. So that's exciting, and I'm just kind of over the moon still that that's happening. With the athletes that I'm bringing on for our back end for our utility, I I started working in the fitness industry with Steve Cook.
Mm.
You can look him up on Instagram and YouTube. He's got big numbers, and I, I won't lie. I helped. We did awesome. He's just a great personality. I can't take credit. He's amazing. I was just there pointing the camera and doing the edits, and through him, you know, we did a lot of collaborations with other athletes. I went down to Las Vegas, down to LA, I don't know how many times just to do collaboration episodes. And really, with him, we just did almost daily content. That was how we uh, blew him up. Was just posting every single day, good quality content. And you can go back and see where it all started. And see all the connections. It's kind of documented through his episodes, all the different connections that we made, and that's essentially where I'm starting with the back end health and fitness utility is just those connections. And so I have a good friend kind of outside of that connection that's a fitness influencer, and she has a boyfriend that fought in the UFC. And so, yeah, just all the it kind of spider webs. Once you know a good athlete and you're on good terms with them, um, it's pretty easy to get some other athletes on board. So, and it's really weird here in Boise, Idaho. Uh, of all places, Boise, Idaho is a pretty awesome hub for athletes and fitness people. Bodybuilding.com is here, and
Mm.
they've been a really big piece of the fitness industry for the last decade or so. And so that's kind of where it all began, though, was back with Steve Cook and just doing daily content with him.
That's dope, man. That's really,
Yeah,
really cool. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and look at some of that. I know the name Steve Cook with just being in the not in the industry, but definitely like I used to follow all types of guys. I mean, Mr. Olympia, the
yeah,
man himself, Jay Cutler, and
yeah.
you know, all Phil Heath and like all those guys. So hell yeah, man. And I knew bodybuilding.com was there. Boise's kind of booming low key. You
It's a
know, and
weird little place. Yeah,
low key.
yeah.
But you know, I also something well before I get to that, two things just like kind of mental highbrow things. Number one, your network is your net worth, man. Like point blank period. We talk about that all the fucking time. Like your network is your net worth. And if you just open your fucking mouth and start talking, like a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Just show up and start talking. And you mentioned it. I just reached out to Marlon. It's that just reach out. What's the worst they can do?
Exactly.
They can't take your birthday. They can't.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna take your birthday. So just try. And
Yeah.
like you said, holy shit, he reached back out, right? So that's just I love when those moments happen in this space. I find that those moments happen more in this space just because Web3 is just totally different, from that
Yeah.
support aspect and that network aspect. And I knew Marlon was pretty heavily invested in NFTs just in general. And then when I saw him kind of start flirting around with PandaMania, I was like, there's going to be something here. I don't know what, but there's going to be something here. And then all of a sudden I just see that list and I'm like, all right, that's ridiculous. I mean, could you imagine, Layne, could you fucking imagine if like the UFC fighter shorts were still allowed to have sponsors and you
Right.
saw one of your fucking pandas on a set of shorts, like, dude, or you got one of your pandas at the weigh-ins, like, could you imagine? Could you imagine that? That's gonna be so
I
sick. That's
that
so sick.
that
It's
exact
totally possible.
Yeah, that exact
Ed,
idea has gone through my head.
like, bro, Edson fights in like 2 months, bro. Edson
Yep.
fights in 2 months. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit. You could, come on. Hey, I could sell water to a speedboat. Get me on the
Yeah.
phone with Edson. We'll get the deal done. I'll have him wearing a panda by
Right?
tomorrow. Point
Isn't
blank
that
period.
crazy? Yeah,
That's so
he's
dope.
in fight camp right now.
That's so
He
dope.
was like, he's like, "Hey, Mr. Layne, do you think it'll be okay to take my vacation after my fight?" I'm like, "You got it for a year, baby. No
Let's go.
problem."
Let's
And
go.
it's just so crazy that I'm chatting with these guys. It
Oh,
it
dude,
is
that's
it
awesome.
is kind of like a dream come true. If I've ever been a fan of a sport, it's definitely MMA.
Mhm.
And I grew up watching and playing all sports, but I've never been sucked into a sport like MMA. I just love it. It's a beautiful art to me.